Yo, is this shirt, am I allowed to wear this shirt on YouTube? Like, is this cool? Like, not gonna get in trouble? No one's gonna complain about that shit, right? I'll just hide it with my mic. There we go. I'm good, I got chips. Ooh, what kind of chips? That's the real question. Potato? Nah, I thought they were wood chips. Wood chips are good. You put some barbecue sauce in them. Yum. Splinter, you know? I'm a beaver. Well, if you had wood chips, you'd be a beaver. But you have potato chips. I guess that makes you a human, right? Or some other species that really likes potatoes. I guess beavers could like potatoes too. I don't think they do. Beavers don't actually eat the wood, right? They just chew it. They don't actually eat it, right? Am I being dumb about this? Do beavers actually eat the wood? But that's like a legit question. Do beavers actually don't believe they eat the wood? Yeah, I don't believe they eat it either. God, their poops would be terrible. You'd have to have like, I feel like you'd have to have like a special stomach, colon, throat, tongue, mouth, butt for that. They might eat the bark though. Not sure what their diet is. The bark though? The wood cutting is for the logs for their dams? Yeah. What do beavers eat? The #1 search thing on Google for what do beavers was what do beavers look like? Beavers eat the bark, so they do eat the bark, buds, stems, and twigs of trees. Aspen, maple, willow, birch, black alder, and black cherry trees. They really like soft plant food too. Grasses, mushroom, leaves, ferns, and roots of water plants are some of the, so they do kind of then. If they eat the twigs and shit. That just sounds kind of painful on the stomach. And passing, you know what I'm saying? You ever make birch beer? Yeah, but that's not made out of birch wood though. Right? I'm starting to feel dumb, man. What a way to start out the stream, man. Feels so stupid. It's made from birch twigs? Is it really? Birch beer is a beverage which is commonly found as a carbonated soft drink made from herbal extracts and birch bark. Oh my god. I guess that makes sense. I'm dumb. Wow, man. What a great day I'm having so far. We made it at summer camp once. Oh, really? Did it come out good? Your boy feels kind of dumb now. Well, damn. You learn something. You learn some new stuff every day. Are root beer and birch beer the same? Does that mean root beer is made out of roots? I'm assuming it's like herbal extracts and roots, right? Is made in a similar way, but from the root of the unrelated sassafras tree. Sassafras. Imagine saying that. Sassafras. What's it called when a cucumber becomes a pickle? Pickled. It's pickled. I was hoping to be able to try it when I was up in that part of the country, but never did see any. Oh, the birch beer. Birch beer is really good. It's really sweet. And you have to kind of drink it fast because it becomes very syrupy really quick. Like if you let it sit and you don't drink it, you're practically just gonna drink syrup. Like straight up, it's just gonna be syrup. And then it's really like thick syrup too. It's not even like when Coca-Cola turns to that syrup stuff, it's still a little watery. Birch beer, it's like drinking maple syrup. It's kind of nasty. I prefer lightly or no bubbly stuff anyway. You might not like it then. It's kind of bubbly. Well, actually, I haven't had birch beer in a while, but compared to most sodas, probably not too bad. Yo, who was sitting there one day and was like, yo, man, we got some birch wood or bark. We have some birch bark and it tastes great. I bet you it was like a half beaver type person. And they're like, hold up. Let me put this shit inside a pot and boil it and then try to carbonate it. Well, however they carbonated shit back then was like, yes, birch beer. Like, what? Who was sitting there and was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. I guess that's kind of how like all things were. Like, when you think about it, some of the shit that we eat and consume, like milk. Oh, milk kind of makes sense though. Kind of. But like, who sat there and was like, let me just boil some birch wood down and see what it makes. Ugh. It makes you wonder, like, how did people over time figure out how to make bread? Yeah, that's true. Like, how did that happen? Who was sitting there one day and was like, yo, man, we can make this into some delicious stuff. You spread some, like, butter out on that shit, and it's good. Who sat there and was like how? You know what? You know what? All right, guys. I think society just started at some point. We already had, like, it's just, like, the first human just appeared. There you go. And he knew everything. He knew a shit ton of stuff. When you use vinegar to marinate it, it's called pickling. You're pickling it. That's why it's called a pickle. Look, look, look. The process of making a pickle. These pickles are made with a very basic brine of equal parts cider, vinegar, and water mixed salt. The brine gets poured over the cucumbers, whole cucks, spears, or sliced coins, and transforms the vegetable into pickles. Yeah, it's called pickling. Oh, definition: pickling, also known as brining or corning, is the process of preserving food by anaerobic fermentation in brine to produce lactic acid, or marinating and stirring it in this acid solution, usually vinegar. Acetic acid. Acidic, my bad. The resulting food is called a pickle. So it's just pickling. Got it. You know the pickle that someone was sitting there like, oh man, this cucumber's gonna taste great if we let it sit in vinegar for like 10 minutes, then they forgot about it. And then they decided to dare someone. This is obviously all happening at a bar super late at night. And they dare someone to eat the cucumber that had been sitting in the vinegar for like 3 days because they forgot about it. And you know what happened? The dude liked it. And that's how pickles came about. Some medieval Jackass style stuff going on there. Yeah, right? Yeah. Like, dude, yeah. This cucumber's been sitting here for like a week, man, in this vinegar. It was only supposed to be in there for like 10 minutes to give it some flavor, but now it's just been sitting there and sitting there. I dare you to eat it. $10. It's all, you eat that, it's all, you get $10. And back then, $10 was a lot. $10 back then was like $200 nowadays. So the dude's like, I'll eat a freaking old cucumber for $200. Hell yeah. So he goes and eats it, and it's like, ugh. And he's like, just kidding, he actually liked it. And he's like, this is actually pretty good. Everybody else is sitting there like, oh my god, dude, like what? And he's like, this is really good, like you guys got to try this. And that's how you know the pickle came about. It was a bar dare super late at night, and boom, there you go. It's called something. It's called pickling, dude. I just looked it up. They call it pickling when a cucumber's turned into a pickle. It's pickling. They pickled the pickle, which sounds stupid, I know. Sounds unbelievable. They pickled the pickle. Pickling is how I've always heard it. Yeah, pickling, or I guess fermenting could also be it. Fermenting sounds really nasty though. You want to eat a fermented cucumber? No. Do you want to eat a pickle? Yeah, so that sounds good. Damn, imagine that guy that day after, okay? He ate the pickle. Back then it was a vinegar soaked cucumber, and then he's like, this is amazing, and now he has to try to convince people to eat it as well. It's not just him anymore. He's got to convince everybody. How do you sell that? You guys want to try this cucumber that's been sitting in vinegar for 3 weeks? Come on, it's great. It tastes great, promise you. No, it's fermenting. It's the same thing. Pickling, fermenting. That's what I've been trying to think of. I said it though. But like, imagine that. Imagine trying to sell that, dude. Dude, people probably were looking at this dude like how you would look at someone trying to sell dog shit nowadays. Come on, guys, it's great dog shit. You can use it as manure. But then back then he was just trying to sell pickles. And nowadays people love pickles. Pickles are delicious. You know, nowadays everybody loves pickles. Back then, that was like someone trying to sell dog shit. You were sitting there, you're like, what? The guy that ate the pickle is an ancestor to the current family of the Yeehaw Pickle Company. True story? Really? There you go. That's actually funny. See, I know the history of the pickle without even looking it up. I couldn't imagine. I'd probably look at the dude like, there's no way I'm eating that pickle. No way. No way, man. I'm not trying to mess up my stomach. That's one thing I feel like once you mess up your stomach, I feel like it's like permanently messed up. Like, just think, you eat something like bad, your stomach's messed up for like a week, right? Now imagine if you ate like something like a pickle that's been sitting in vinegar. Back then, a pickle that's been sitting in vinegar for 3 weeks, that just sounds like you're asking for problems. Short term and long term.